person I'm going to interview you today. I'm from French selection.
Good afternoon, my name's Theo, very happy to be here.
So how was your day today? Did you get here okay?
Yes, very well, thank you.
Well, this interview should last about 10 to 15 minutes. Are you okay with that? I'm just going to ask you some
Perfectly
questions.
fine, more than happy to take more time if you need to.
Well, first of all, where did you hear about us from?
On totaljobs.co.uk, I was looking for a French-speaking job within business, and I saw your ad and it was more than appealing to myself. It really does like an exciting new project, and you're a fairly recent new company, and it was very appealing to myself.
What do you know about our company?
So I know that you're new in the market and that you're launching a new product, which I didn't see on the job ad what product it actually is, but I'm going to be assistant to the van manager to basically help on the advertising basis, on the sales basis, and basically meeting as well with clients. So that's really interesting.
Where do you feel your area of expertise to be in?
I would say my area of expertise is sales more than anything else. I did sales for 3 years in the Google advertising industry. I feel I've got that good relationship with the customer, and I think sales goes beyond as just selling to the client. It's a customer relationship that you need that's ongoing all the time, on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis, even on a daily basis with big clients. And I think that's my main areas of expertise, is understanding their business and helping them grow with them. So that definitely is. Teamwork is a big one for me. I enjoy being part of the team. I think individuals can thrive off each other. Having different ideas and different characters is definitely something that I think I would add to the team.
Looking very positive. Just reviewing your CV, and we saw that you have a bachelor's degree. Would you like to tell us a bit about your bachelor's degree?
Yes, so I was working, like I said, in business, in the French advertising business, so Google mainly, and I wanted to learn more about business because I was just an employee, and I think I would be successful in business. I can help companies achieve more, and I know that you need a degree these days to get jobs such as this job. So I went to university to study the foundation for 2 years at Burnley College. I chose Burnley University UCAN College for the simple fact that it was a small environment, because I hadn't been in education for 2 years because of my work. So I felt that really helped me to grow, being in part of a small group. And then I did my top up at Preston the 3rd year to complete, have a full honours bachelor degree.
Right, very interesting. What kind of person would you describe yourself as?
I would say I'm a straightforward person more than anything. I like things to be said how they are, and I think that's very important within business or in a working environment, is good communication. When there's a problem, I think we need to raise that problem with the team and find a solution to that problem. And yeah.
In sales, identifying the target audience is a must. Do you have any knowledge of the French market, and if so, to what extent?
I have a very wide knowledge in the French market. I actually lived in France for 8 years. I studied there as well. So I lived in France from the age of 10 to 17, 18. And I came to England for personal reasons. So I know the French culture more than anything, but mainly in a business environment, which is more suited to your question, is I worked with companies selling Google advertising, like I said before. So basically I would advertise them on Google for the keywords, but then businesses could be taxi companies, could be a wedding dress company, it could be any type of company that wanted to be on Google. To fulfill a good relationship with these clients on a monthly basis for them to pay, you need to understand their business. So it weren't only, I would say, the Google advertising business in France that I did. It's working with these companies to understand what needs there is as a taxi driver, for example, that immediate effect that Google has on his company. or a wedding dresser where you're selling more, I would say, a dream. So you need to really understand what kind of audience they're targeted, and you need to understand their business to help them grow. There's no other way of doing things. So I would say that's an understanding of the French market, and I am totally bilingual, as I put in the CV, in French.
Yep. So have you had any experience or training within the sales industry, like the practical side, or?
Yes, it was more cold calling at the beginning, but as I grew with my employer, who was a small employer, who was on there, we were only two in the business. He employed me because we were working together before, and the cost for business is a lot less in England than in France. So we have that competitive edge towards French companies trying to sell advertising to the French companies on Google. We have that really competitive edge. So I had to translate French to English all the time. I had to meet up with clients in Paris to actually sign contracts when I were over there. So I would say that's the main sales aspect, where I kind of self-built it and obviously learned down the line. The first, I would say, 6 months isn't going to be your best sales pitch, but as the pitch goes on and on and on, I think you excel in that, and the best advertising possible, I would say, word of mouth, thanks to the good relationships that I could maintain with these clients.
Very interesting, very interesting. Well, if in a scenario of criticism or a bad day of work, if you had a bad day of work, how would you overcome that and come back more positive?
All depends, in all honesty, why they were bad day. If they were bad day because the customer weren't satisfied for whatever reason, if that were maybe somebody part of my team who didn't fulfil his work, or even myself, I couldn't just go home and just say it's a bad day and leave it at that. I would have to review the portfolio, I would have to review the budgets that have been spent on that client, and try and find a reason why it's been a bad day. I don't believe there is bad days. We create bad days. So I would review it to make it a better day tomorrow.
Right. You do say that you've done a lot of sales for Google. In a scenario, would you sell me one of your Google advertisement?
I'd be more than happy to, sir. It's cold calling. Is that okay with yourself?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. I'll just pretend that I'm calling you, if that's okay.
I'll pretend to be I'll have a taxi company in France for this scenario.
That sounds fantastic. Good afternoon, sir. Would I be able to speak to the Google Campaign Manager, please?
Yeah, speaking.
Is that yourself? Perfect. Would I be able to take 2 minutes of your time to discuss your advertising on Google at the moment?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes. For the keyword Taxi Paris, I'm actually searching. I'm on the 3rd page for that. When you search on Google yourself, sir, do you go on the 3rd page when you type in the keyword?
No, I don't like when you do it.
I mean, your targeted audience is exactly the same. What we have, why is Google the opportunity it is today, is because clients are searching for your keywords. So you're not selling them, you're not putting something in the face. They actually type in the keyword Taxi Paris, and they want your company, they want your service, but you aren't there. So it's like having a shop not on the mainstream. You're not targeting the audience that you could. We actually have an initial period of a month, where it's a trial period, where basically you test out if you like working with ourselves, where we will put you on the 1st page and you'll pay the click each time we click. So let me explain in more detail. Every time somebody does a search, Taxi Paris, and he clicks on your ad, which will be tailored to yours with your prices, you'll only pay then. So if somebody searches Taxi Paris and doesn't click your ad, you don't pay. So that means you only click in for the visitors you get. Does that sound okay with you, sir?
Yeah, it sounds very appealing, thank you very much.
That sounds very appealing, fantastic. Well, we've got a trial period, so like I say, you don't have to pay up front. It is really a trial period, free of charge, you're not obliged in any contract whatsoever. So during this 30-day period, we're going to review weekly what are your clicks, how much you would be spending if you would be spending yourself with us, and how much return on investment you have, because let's be honest, it is return for investment, why you would want to work with us for no other reason, and we can guarantee that return on investment.
That's really good.
Thank you.
Deadlines for our company. Deadlines is is a must, and it's really it has to be met promptly. Have you any examples in the past where you've met tough deadlines?
I've got examples in educational background, such as work background. So in educational background, as you know, while completing a bachelor's degree, sometimes both assignments comes across at once. Economics, and I think it were first time management where we had 2 assignments to hand in near enough the same day. So I would say it's more time management for deadlines. That's the key. If you're structured in your work and in time management, deadlines can be met, and in a very structured way. In work, in a work environment, there's been budgets that I've had to work on behalf of clients. Where it's deadlines all the time. When you've got £1,000 to spend a month, you need to meet a deadline. That, for me, I consider that as part of the deadline, to meet a budget within that time scale of a month. That is an ongoing, continuous deadline. So, yeah.
In this role, you are working on the manager, but if the manager was off long-term sick, how would you overcome your tasks and any task that the manager has left on your responsibility?
First of all, depending on the situation of the band manager, I would have to have a meeting with himself where he'd have to instruct me. I wouldn't take the liberty of carrying any task without his consent, as he would be the manager and he's leading the new brand that you are doing. So I would have to see with him if he wanted me to target more customer service, sales, and I'd go with his decision what he wanted me to target more than anything. If need be, and initiative needed to be shown, I'd be more than happy to do that, but I wouldn't want to step over someone's shoes when I'm only the assistant to the brand manager.
You are, by reviewing your CV, you are really good at French. I'd like you to translate the sentence. My name is Theo. I work for French Selection, and I'm going to be advertising. I'm going to be advising you today.
Bonjour, mon nom est Theo, je travaille pour French Selection et je serai votre conseiller aujourd'hui, madame. Comment puis-je vous aider?
That's really good. Asking what you could do for the customer, that's what we want. That's all really. Is there any questions that you may have?
Yeah, what kind of benefits, because I saw here on your job ad that it's a brand new product, so I'm very excited to be part of a new project. But what kind of benefits comes with being the assistant brand manager?
Well, we have your salary, that's £30,000 to £35,000 per annum. We have a 24 days holiday for you. We offer you life insurance, and we offer you the pension schemes.
And if sales targets are met, well,
there are opportunities sometimes that you would be entitled to some bonuses.
Some commission.
Some commission.
Okay. Well, that sounds perfectly fine with me, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your time. Hope to really get back to you in 15 to 20 days, and wish you all the very best.
If in the meantime you have any questions whatsoever, or if you want me to come back in for an interview, I'd be more than happy to talk about the new product launch or anything. Just please don't hesitate to contact me.
What will be better, your mobile phone or your email, or with both the access?
I have access at both at any time, and I'll be swiftly in my response.
Right, no worries. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, sir.